Hello everybody, BrioS here, and for you guys today, I have one of the medium mechs that got a very nice sweet quirk pass in the recent October 2023 patch. And before we talk about the quirks and the build I have for you guys today, let me introduce you to the 45-ton Innisphere battle mech, the Blackjack. The Blackjack actually was one of my favorite tabletop builds, and this particular version in MechWarrior Online is also really true to lore, but unfortunately has pretty wide torsos, making it a pretty easy to kill target in the game. And that's one of the targets of the recent quirk pass to make it a bit more viable in the modern day battlefield. And before I go on into MechLab to show you the build, let me just tell you that this particular build was inspired by Samziel, one of my Twitch subscribers, who ran it well, and I said, hey, it performs well, it looks cute, it looks fun most importantly, I thought I'll give it a try. So that's it. So what is this build? Well, basically this is a mid-range SDPS build. That means it's a sustained DPS build, able to fight best at medium ranges at about 5 to 600 meters, able to shit out shitloads of damage if you are able to stare at the enemy. And that is always a big caveat, because staring at enemy is bad, and with the huge side torsos for a 45 tonner that is, it makes it really vulnerable to return fire. So it was kind of a challenge to play. So let's talk about the build first. 6 light machine guns with 2.5 tons of ammunition. Light machine guns having insane range for machine guns, especially on this build because of the quirks, which I'll talk about later. And this range comes at a reduced crit chance and crit damage compared to other machine guns. But damage is damage, and I'm quite happy with it. For its main weapons, it has 2 large X-Pulse lasers. The X-Pulse, or rather the large X-Pulse lasers, having a damage buff in the October patch. So right now that makes it the highest DPS energy weapon in the game, able to do the most damage per second. And this, like I said, is an SDPS build. In terms of mobility, it has an XL235 engine for a decent speed of 84.6. I actually use 4 jump jets to give it a bit more mobility, but some people would sacrifice 2 jump jets and put in an additional heat sink, allowing your X-Pulses to fire just a little bit faster. Well, choose your own poison. But with this mech, 2.5 tons of ammunition is more or less sufficient. The gameplay, which I will attach, I actually ran 3 tons of ammunition, but if you look at the gameplay, I never run out of ammo. So that means you can actually run with less ammo. 2.5 tons should be enough for almost all quick play matches. And as I said, the quick draw, which is not this mech, I meant to say the Blackjack, actually got a really sweet quirk pass in October. And if you look at the quirks here, you can see that it has nice quirks that suits this build. It gets a heat reduction of 10%, important when you run X-Pulse lasers because of the rate of fire. And talking about the rate of fire, it gets a cooldown reduction of 10%, allowing the large X-Pulses, because it's laser cooldown, allowing the large X-Pulses to fire just a little bit faster. It gets a universal range boost of 10%, which is really useful for Innisphere mechs. It stacks with the machine gun range for the machine guns, so machine guns get 40% additional range to hit an optimal of about 550 plus with skills. With skills. And the large X-Pulses with skills and the range buff of 10% hits out to exactly 600 meters. The machine guns have a rate of fire boost of 50%, so these 6 light machine guns fire as though they are 9, firing just at 50% faster. And one of the best things about the recent quirk pass for Blackjacks in October are the armor buffs. The CT now has an armor of plus 23, and the side torsos have 20, all the limbs have 10. That makes it just a bit more survivable, and honestly it needed it, because builds like this you need to stare at the enemy, so that helps quite a bit. So let's take a look at the skills I am running, starting with the firepower tree. I spent quite a lot, 51, so because you want to maximize your firepower for this SDPS build. So I've got max cooldown, that's 12% increase in the cooldown of the large X-Pulses, allowing it to fire 12% faster. So combined with the quirk, that's 22% boost to the speed. And talking about the cooldown, laser duration also buffs the cooldown of the large X-Pulses, because this cooldown reduces, or rather the duration reduces the burn time, and that next firing sequence is after the first one. So yeah, in short, fire faster. And with range, all the range nodes of 15% gives you a 15% range boost. All the heat skills gives you a heat reduction of, I think, 10.5%. Let me just find it here. Yep, 10.5%. Combined with the heat reduction quirk, it's 20.5% reduction in heat for the large expulsors. Really nice. 2 nodes of magazine capacity for the machine guns. And moving along to survivability, with its wide torso and bad hitboxes, I'm going for full skeletal and full armor hardening. That gives you 21% armor boost and a 36% structure boost. And if you look at the mech lab here, it gets 77 armor in the side torsos and 94 in the CT, which is actually really nice. So anyway, moving along, I have 2 nodes of Heartbreak for no particular reason. I have 2 nodes spare, so I just put in Heartbreak. 7% to reduction in improvement rather in your deceleration. It's always helpful. Allows you to decelerate just a bit faster. Anyway, lift speed of 5 nodes gives you a 15% boost to the lift speed, good for pop tarting. And even though you don't do much damage pop tarting, sometimes it helps. And moving along, 5 nodes of cool run for increase in heat dissipation by 10%. Heat dissipation really helps your large expulsors, so you can fire quite long. I think this particular build, you can fire about 18 seconds non-stop. That's a lot of firing. And moving on to the sensors, 2 nodes to get radar deprivation of 1 node. That allows you to, well, hear the audio and visual cue when the enemy loses their locks, which is what a lot of people do. And 1 node of advanced zoom, because this is boomer vision. I just bought a new pair of specs that cost me a shitload of money because I am old, my eyes are old, and I need all the help I can get to see the enemy. Yep, so I get that. 1 node only. And finally, an auxiliary tree, 5 nodes to get 2 cool shots that are enhanced, because if you're able to find a nice spot where you can farm the enemy, farm damage on him, you want to keep firing as long as you can, and that's when you use your cool shots. So that's it. That's the 45-ton Blackjack Hero the Arrow SDPS build, able to shit out lots of damage. You'd be surprised, I've got a few thousand damage games which I won't showcase because honestly it's just farming, kind of boring. Yeah, it just shits out lots of damage and up to 500 over meters. So anyway, with that being said, let's get down to the gameplay and I'll show you this arrow in action. Let's go! And here I find myself for the first showcase match on Caustic Valley, one of my favorite maps because I feel this map is pretty darn balanced, be it long range, short range, brawl or whatever, the terrain suits you pretty nicely. But anyway, in this particular match, I'm going to go towards the right side, towards the 6th line, hoping to find a spot where I can engage the enemy at mid-range. Hopefully when the team pushes in, I will push in with them, and that's when I'm able to pump them full of damage, supporting the team.
Target spotted.
So first target is a Stone Rhino, lots of firepower if you look at the weapons, Ultra AC 10s and Hex, 1000 meters away. My large expulsors have a max range of 1002. The machine guns are about 1001.
Target spotted.
Not much damage at, well, at max range, it doesn't do much like I said, but it does some. So about 650 meters. Large expulsors focuses licks pretty nicely. So I'm going to go for his licks. Slow assault is now slower. And my lance mates finish him off. Poor Labadaishi. So 1-0 up pretty fast. Enemy is around Echo 4, Fox 5. So like I said, one of the playstyles for this is to push in with your teammates. If you go in alone, you draw the aggro, you're gonna get yeeted because it's just so wide. One Zeus there. It's a Lerm Zeus, oh my god, it's a Lerm Zeus.
Target spotted. Need assistance. Affirmative.
So he's behind cover now. So using heat vision, I'm able to see King Crab 800 meters range. Some damage from both my weapon systems. But once they start shooting me, I back off. Rapid gets 1 kill. So 1-1.
New target acquired.
Looking at the minimap, I see a friendly on my right in front. So I'm gonna support him as I pump some damage in.
New target acquired.
Friendly Fafnir's pushing forward. I think he's going for the Zeus and those in Fox 5. Oh, the skirmish legs are called also. I guess today is leg day. Yep. 1 leg blows off. But enemy is pushing hard into Echo 5 from Echo 4. So it's now 2-2.
New target
Even.
acquired.
Seeing the push in Echo line, I'm gonna hit them from the sides.
New target acquired.
Incubus draws a lot of aggro from this Raven.
Acquired.
I'm gonna chase him away as he engages our crab. Mouse Guardian doing a lot of jump and twisting. Behind cover. Good defensive play.
Being captured.
Good defensive play. 2-5. For some reason, our team is just
New
evaporating.
target acquired.
Last I checked, it was 2-2. Now it's 2-5. Almost no comms in this team. Typical pug match. So this is the best situation to fight. Enemy is like this stalker.
Destroyed.
Is focused on somebody else, allowing it to support that mech by just pumping damage in.
Target acquired.
3-6. Game is more or less lost. In such a game, just, well, focus on getting damage in. Trying your best. If you don't win, at least you get good farm. Alright, 4-7. I've gotten Quail. By this point, it's basically 8 versus 5. Almost 2-on-1.
Critical damage.
Right leg cord. I want this Raven. Come here. Come here, Mouse Guardian. Yeah, I get him.
Base is being captured.
He overextended. And he lies down there dead. 5-7. Slowly clawing our way back. Can we do it? There's Perak and a Supernova. He does loves his learn boats. Mech Warrior is basically like a small town. Everybody knows each other. And I know you, Perak. You love your learn boats. Big chunky learn boats.
New target acquired.
Which normally I would say is good farm for me. But I know the game is gonna end pretty soon. 4 of us versus like 7 of them. Just trying to get my damage in, my kills.
Destroyed.
And I get Perak.
Level critical.
Oh my. Very fresh Sun Spider.
Critical.
I'm not gonna live against him.
Acquired.
I go for a bigger target, the King Crab. And there it is. I get yeeted by the King Crab. Almost 1001 damage, 3 kills. I tried, you know guys. I did. But I guess my team didn't.
Airstrike.
So anyway,
online.
there goes Frabby. Frabby. Poof. So anyway, with that sad loss, let's take a look at the damage output. Sad that we lost. 1098 damage, 2 solo kills, 3 KMDDs, 3 kills. Very sweet match score, 6-3-5, even though it was a sad loss. So anyway, let's move on to the next match. And from the sad, depressing, sulphurous smells of Caustic Valley, where I did more damage than Bravo and Charlie Lance combined together, if you bothered to check these scoreboards. Yes, I did. We move on to Frozen City Classic, one of the older maps, kind of a small map. And in this particular match, the plan for me, same thing, I'm going to support the team as they push in, but I'm going to head towards the dropship at Charlie 4 here, and then move to support the team wherever they push, probably Bravo 4.
Target acquired.
Lots in Bravo 3. Yep, heal humping a bit to get a bit of damage in. But with so many mechs there, I'm not going to stare, because I am tip of the spear if you look at the minimap. Just a bit of pop starting to locate the enemy. Good thing about large X-pulses is that they have no wind-up time like Rex.
Acquired.
So every little bit of exposure you have, you can do a bit of damage. I was able to drop a strike also, so that was nice. Each dual large X-pulse hit does 4.8 damage. So left, yeah, a bit here, a bit there. It adds up. 2 assaults on Charlie 3 ramp.
Warning, incoming missile.
Yeah, I'm a bit too far to the
Acquired.
Bravo 4 side if you look at the minimap. Team is a bit passive. Always check our minimap once in a while to see your position relative to the team. And that's why I'm not pushing into Bravo 4, because that was my original plan. Just gonna peek a bit, get a bit of damage in and out. Because team is rotating, they're chasing our lights and Alpha 3. They're NASCARing to
New
Bravo
target
3.
acquired.
Oh, but I see an assault in Charlie 3.
Target acquired.
So team is splitting, some are on the right, some are pushing Charlie 3.
New target.
But they have a 1 mech advantage.
Incoming.
And they have lots of lurms. Yeah, I backed up against this building here.
Target
Gotta spend a bit of time untangling and repositioning.
Target acquired.
As I said, team is pretty passive,
Need assistance.
but these assaults are kind of,
New target.
I don't know, what do you call them, out of position? Their position is not too bad, but they are falling back.
Acquired.
1-1.
Target acquired. New Need assist target target acquired. spotted.
So assessing the situation to see whether the team is going to hold or push. I think with myself being confused, I think the enemy is confused also.
Incoming missile. Target spotted. Need assistance. New target acquired.
One medium trying to flank us in Delta 4. Assaults in front.
Incoming.
Looks like a defensive play that we are doing. They've got quite a few alarm boats, like Hotel.
Target spotted. New
Yeah, one of the
target
things you should never
acquired.
do is drop down, because that takes you out of the game. There's one mech less on your team effectively. Bravo 3, don't all chase one blackjack.
Need assistance.
Yeah, there goes one blackjack. That's the 1x. Really good build, that build. I gotta try it out one day. But he's out of position and yep. He gets yeeted. Bravo 3. Yeeted with SDPS. So the call is made to press Bravo 3 again, because that's where the alarm boats are. Alarm boats should be pressured. And if you take missiles, just
Acquired.
Night Star left also, Bravo 3. Just try to lose the locks and spread the damage. Find hard cover.
New target acquired.
Slowly advancing towards the alarm boats. I think that's Airborne Jaguar alarm boat.
Warning incoming.
Yep, it's a C, so probably
New
alarm.
target
Bravo 3.
Acquired.
Yeah, so the C is probably alarm boat.
Warning incoming missile. Target acquired.
They seem to love targeting me with alarms.
Acquired.
So I'm moving from building to building. Always know where the hard cover is.
New target acquired.
Lots of targets just standing and staring. What are alarm boats, Bravo 3? Guys, can you actually shoot them, please? One of the things you should never do is basically stare the X-Pulse build. They can do a lot of damage, especially if you don't twist. Team is kind of passive, so I did try to get the team to push forward. Still down by 1 at 3-4.
Need assistance.
As a 45-ton medium mech, Direwolf Delta left torso. Kind of mindful I don't really have the armor.
Acquired.
Even though the armor quirks are massive, that's because the hitboxes are terrible.
New target acquired.
Oh, mistakes were made. Oh, I found 2 assaults. Twisting for my life, running.
Need assistance.
Somehow I lived. 2 mechs on my ass. Gotta run. Try to show my left torso.
New target.
Thankfully a friendly stalker is here, allowing me to form up on him.
Target destroyed.
My lance mate comes in to take advantage of the assaults pushing. And the Direwolf dies. 8-5. Game is more or less won. Enemy team is even more passive. Look at those 2 assaults. They're just hiding behind buildings. With the game at 9-5, I'm just gonna flank them. This guy probably has no weapons. Oh, he does? Well, he did have weapons.
Target destroyed.
KFC goes down. And now I crave for chicken.
25%.
Did you know KFC has seasonal menus in different countries? Anyway, a nice victory, 12-5. So this was a nice showcase match showing the ability of this mech to move, hit, and basically with the high mounts, heal hump a bit. 975 damage, more than I thought I did. 1 solo kill, 2 KMDDs, and a very sweet match of 6-2-2. So that's it, ladies and gents, for this video on the SDPS Blackjack Hero, the Arrow, with the large X-Pulses and light machine guns, shitting out lots of damage at mid-range. It's just really fun to play, albeit a bit of a challenge. So till next time guys, stay chill and I hope to see you on the battlefield. Bye!